we're calling probably slightly some one of the thousand of missile bomb 25. But this
Hello, Warren Bricks here. Now we have the M5A1 Stuart light tank set 2478 with 345 pieces. The Stuart was used mainly by the US Army and the British Army in World War II, and 6,810 units were produced during the conflict. The Stuart was fitted with a 37mm gun M3 that could take out early Panzer IIIs, but not much else, and after 1943 it was completely obsolete and it was used only as a reconnaissance vehicle. The Stuart was equipped also with 3 30 cal machine guns, one right here on the hull, another one on the gun mallet, and one on the top for anti-air protection. The Stuart had a crew of 4, so those 2 pieces here, they were supposed to be hatches, but they're actually the Cobi made a design choice of using this part here for the hatches, although they don't open. And we have a little piece here that falls. This piece here, I want to mention earlier that it's not well connected on the tracks, and it's kind of hard to put on inside back because the tracks is on the top of it, and the hatch on the top right here. So as you can see, it was actually a double hatch, one for the commander and the other one for the gunner. But then Cobi decided only to make one hatch that we can place our minifig on the top nicely like this. It's actually better if we sit the guy right here on the top like this. Also, we have the MG gun that it's kind of out of the way, and even if you have the minifigure sitting here, it's not really, the figure cannot reach for this gun here. The minifigure comes with a grenade and a rifle. This little guy right here. It's similar to the other Cobi minifigures that we have on the American sets. It has a pineapple grenade and a helmet, standard helmet for the American soldier, and also the little logo here for the armored divisions. Pretty neat minifigure, but not much different from other sets. The tank itself, it's pretty small. I was impressed by the size. Usually Cobi makes tanks that are too big, but this one looks a perfect size. We have some design choices here they made, that the headlights here, but they actually stay on a angle because this whole front here lifts up. So they just decide to put a little hook part here like this. That's how it's connected, and it's a little bit at an angle. And we put this thing together, and again this mud guard here on the front falls really easily. The main gun right here, nice design. I didn't really like the choice of the mallet. What they did with the mallet, instead of design a mallet for this tank, they actually just put two little parts here, and has this little handle here. It looks weird compared to the real tank. The gun moves up and stays relatively straight, so there's not much depression on the gun, not at all. The turret, because they always use the same system for the turrets and the hull, like this part here, this little connector here, that they should improved. I hope they design new pieces that actually connects better, because you can still move the turret around. It's not really well placed there. It's not gonna fall easily, but still you can wiggle around it. And we have a big gap in between the turret and the hull for this tank. This tank here, it was most likely used on the North African campaign, because the Americans used to have the flag printed on the side of tanks on the beginning of the war, especially for the for the Stuart. We also have the serial number here and the little star. On the front we have the star and some other details on the front, like a 7-0 and a triangle and a C16. That tells us that this tank was, I believe, from Cavalry 16 and Armor 70th Armor Division. On the other side, we still have the same markings and serial number. And right here on the side, this part here, it's just 2 parts connected together. It's not like made like the Sherman, like that was actually printed specifically for the Sherman. They decided just to use regular bricks to do the wheel connectors here. On the back we have our engine compartment that splits open, and we have a printed black brick with a little engine here, similar to the Panzer II. A crowbar that your minifigure can use. It's kinda stays there pretty well, actually. I even took the other part, and your minifigure can use it. Also, we have a axe and a oversized hammer. I think those tools really look a little bit weird. I would prefer to have the wrench and some other tools, because this is kind of a little bit oversized for the tank. The crowbar is still look good size, but the axe and the hammer look a little too much toyish in my opinion. On the back of the turret, nothing really going on, just 2 square bricks with a little rivets texture around them. The tank moves well on rough surface, but on smooth surface it does not do a great job. It slides a little bit. So if you're trying to play with this tank on like tiles and other smooth surface like hard floors, it's not gonna work well. It's better suited for carpets or just regular dirt. On the bottom here, we have these 4 wheels connected here, but if we put pressure they're not gonna come off apart, so it's pretty safe to actually push on the tank a little bit, and we actually can have a little bit of motion here, and that's how the tracks sound. One of the main things that I dislike on this tank is the hatch here on the top, because if you press right here, this part comes off. That's because Cobi designed this hatch just by holding this brick part here. You can do some modifications, like take this straight brick out of here and actually put this one here if you like so, and still opens like this. So they should have chose a better way to do this one here. That's one of the main, I would say, one of the main flaws on this tank, but otherwise it's a really great tank. I was impressed. I wasn't expecting to be that good of a tank, especially for the size. if you compare to the bigger tanks, like the Panzer II right here. We have the Panzer II, and the Panzer II is definitely way bigger than the Stuart. Even side by side here, it's a lot thinner, and some features they had to choose to take it out from the tank, like the hatches. These hatches here is just decoration, and the turret only has space for one little minifigure, but otherwise this is a great set from Cobi. And that's the Stuart M5A1 from Cobi. If you like it, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll be releasing more Cobi videos soon. And thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.